Hello there, YouTube. Welcome to a shockingly beautiful Thursday, the 11th of June. Started out at 38 degrees this morning. It's made it up to 56 now. There, look at them skies here, just absolutely beautiful. Supposed to get about 75 here in Toledo, and obviously warmer in Vancouver. Hi, she. What are you doing, old girl? Hi. Silly little girl. Wait, let's roll off and go to the Southland. This is a long-time customer. I just recognized his name and his face for a while, so I'm pretty sure he's been a long-time customer. I'm sure I probably worked on it too. Very nicely, the inlay, and he's got the stripes around. It's done very nicely. Well, he's in because he's got a squeaking belt, and what he's got going on here, he was worried about the alignment. And you do, it's 0.5 millimeters to 5 millimeters. 20 thousandths is 0.508 millimeters, and you should feel the teeth of the belt when you run through there. And obviously it's not more than 5 millimeters. You want it a little towards that side because it tends to ride on the outside of the front sprocket if you get too far out, if you get more than 5 millimeters, which is fine. The she's there to handle that. But he's getting a squeak on acceleration. He said he even notices on deceleration. But look at the cogs. The light's probably going to skew this a little bit. But here, I'll show you a picture I took of it here. Here you go. So what's going on is, the cogs of the belt aren't perfectly fitting in the grooves or the teeth of the sprocket. And that gap, you can actually see it right there. They're all doing it. But with that, essentially what's happening is the belt's trying to leave, without the pulley. So what's happened is the belt, like I like to say, is not the pulley's not cuddling the belt, or the belt's not cuddling the pulley. So the belt's trying to ride up on the sprocket because it's not fitting in there perfectly, and it'll create a squeak. If you guys remember the old belt that was pre 2013 on RTs, actually I think the 2013 might have had a belt of its own, because the 14, I think it still had the ribs on the outside, little ribbies, you could feel them. But I know for sure 2014 and newer, these belts are, I think it's got more than twice the Kevlar, so that will avoid that creeping on the sprocket. And what that does, when it does that, it squeaks. Because ideally, the belt just enters the teeth of, the two cogs in the teeth meet each other, and it just goes around smoothly. You gotta remember, you got a much smaller sprocket up front, so that gets exaggerated, but you'll get that squeak. So what you do is you take that BRP XPS grease, and you put I think it's 200 milliliters on one side, and then 180 degrees off, you put it on again, and you got to run her for a while, and it'll eventually, you take it for a good ride, you actually notice like a little bit of a sheen on the pulley and on the teeth of the belt. He was concerned he has nicks and stuff on the sprocket, and a little bit of a nick in the cogs of the belt, and that's just where rocks have got in there. They'll work there with nothing big enough that it damages the belt at all, but it'll stick in the belt for a while before it finally escapes, and it'll leave little nicks in the aluminum of the sprocket. It's just the thing, he doesn't have a belt guard on there. He does have a belt guard on it, very good. So that probably happened a long time ago. Those belt guards, worth their weight in gold. Actually, you can see the shiny of it right there. Game changer. Literally, my personal feeling is every Spyder should come with one of those. There's no reason not to put one of those on there. You do not get rocks in your belt with those. Like I've told you guys before, you'll have 20 guys in a big Spyder group. They all have to go, hit, 5 or 10 miles of chip seal. And everyone that doesn't have the belt guard will have rocks in their belt. Everyone that does have the belt guard have no rocks in their belt. But you do need to be careful, because you can get those rocks will get around your airbag. Like I've told you before, let all the air escape, let it sink down. So, basically let all the air out of the bag, then put a jack on it and lift it up. Well, when you do that, it shrinks the bag, the airbag, and then get underneath there and blow it out and reach around to make sure there's not any little tar pieces that are stuck, because, the hot tar off the road will go in there, on a chip seal road, and it'll stick to the metal. You gotta make sure you get all those out. 2014 and newer, the bags are a much stiffer bag. I think it was 2014. It could have been later than that, but the bags, we haven't had rock holes in a bag in I don't know how long. And then the new swing arms, like I've showed you, is a big open area. It's not cupping the bag quite like the older ones. The Canyon, that was a good example, just an open trough to let stuff fall out. I think they cuddled it. There was like a holder kind of molded into the metal of the swing arm, and I think maybe they thought the bag could move around or something. It's just my theory, and I think they realized over time the bag don't go nowhere. You can leave it wide open; it ain't going nowhere. But anyway, I'm gonna put some XPS grease on there and send him on his happy way. Cool. 2018 RT Limited. It is a limited, isn't it? Yes. Yeah, the chrome and stuff. RTS would not have the chrome on it. You could put it on, but ain't nobody gonna spend that much money. All the BMWs are gone. The last one just left. I had more BMWs in the last 2 weeks. That was crazy. I did tell you I got the power port on Kelly's Flirty, and it's all functioning correctly. I'll try to get her out there tonight, and she doesn't have the quad lock case put on her phone yet. She likes her case. She can do with the quad lock while she may even learn to like it and not take it off when we come back. But I need to find where she's comfortable with where the phone needs to be placed. If I need a different cord or something, I need to work that out as well. I've been going through systematically charging these batteries up. But kind of a quiet day today. Oh, I did get a couple of things here. I got a 20,000 Kelly's heated vest. I just can't find anything that either she doesn't want to pay that much for it, and she's probably right. It's not going to be cold, but got this 20,000 milliamp charge pack. It looks about a little bit thicker. I think it's a little thicker than her 10,000 amp, and for her heated vest, she's had that thing for a while. I made sure it worked. And the original battery for it, good Lord, I don't know how old that vest is. It goes back a bit, but it still functions. She goes, I'll never need it. I said, you never know. It's much easier to cool yourself off in the heat than it is to warm yourself up when it's really cold. You're just droning along. And I bought this little cheesy, only $16, little pocket multimeter. Kelly's dad gave me one from Radio Shack, oddly enough, and I think it may be in my gear for going to Leavenworth, I can't find it now. I always kept it in my desk, and it was literally this type of a setup. Just a clamshell opened up, and the little cord stayed inside. I've used that thing a million times. It's not super accurate or anything. I took it out and tested a couple of things here just to see how it works. It'd be, great for being on a trip and you have some kind of electrical problem. That'll allow you to sort some things out. And the battery came with a couple of different ends that I'm not sure which one hers is, but it's for the different sizes. And I think the one that's in there is the size of Kelly's. I think that's what hers is, which would be nice. You don't have an extra cord. Oh, and this thing, it works like a little handle, but it's for powering anything USB-C. And so that's a USB-C for it. And then if you have a USB-A, and you can, once it's hooked up to something, you can switch between, it'll show what port is USB-A, what the thing's outputting to the device, and USB-C, and then the percentage of battery. But they said for the battery meter to work correctly, it will need to go through a full cycle. That's one thing about like heated vests and stuff. That battery's going to go through a full cycle. At least with Kelly, she'll run that thing until she ain't working no more. I snagged this Roadrunner thing because there's a article. One of the guys that how that group of folks took the same trip as us from Charleston to Daytona. It was a bunch of journalists, and it's probably some of the same people that did the Harley thing will be the guys coming to take the Origins. It's one of the EV BRP Can-Am motorcycles. The Origins, I don't remember if that's I almost want to say that's kind of the adventure version. I'm pretty sure. So one of them's getting the Canyon, and then two of them are getting Origins. I don't know if it's with S or just Origin. Temperature kicking back up today. Made 76 here. Oh, that's a predicted high for Vancouver, and I never did look. Oh, I apologize for no little thing when we got to work. There was actually it was gone by the time we made it there, but we were 20 minutes late getting to work, and all of a sudden the time started dropping. Looking at Waze as you're going down the road, so you can tell something was cleaning up. But the aftermath, the cars and stuff, it was huge, because it must have been backed up for a while. In fact, when I was at the house, soon as I don't put the directions in, because it drives me nuts when it tells me how to leave my house and get out to the freeway. I'm like, how many times have I talked about that? Please, one of you map people, have something that if you're taking a normal route, you do not need to give me directions. If something happens, you need to redirect me, do that. But none of them. And literally everybody complains about that uses any kind of mapping stuff, going back and forth, to work or home or anything that you commonly do. And the reason I've got work and I've got home, depending on whether I'm coming or going, which one I pick. And the reason I put it in is, it'll show the route, and it'll say what the time is. So what the time should be. And that's cool. Well, if something happens, Waze will redirect you and try to give you the quickest, safest way around whatever, is happening. Sometimes it's the quickest way is to go head first right into it. But anyway, and one thing for sure, never doubt Waze. Now, you'll run into things where you're halfway through your diversion and it tells you to turn around and go back, because now your diversion is backed up, and literally turning around because whatever was blocking is now cleared up. I don't know how many times that has happened, but don't doubt it. If it tells you to turn around and go all the way down this little country road back to where you started this, that is faster than you continuing on. Because when Waze works so good, so many people use it, that those little country 2 lanes of people coming off the freeway, and you'll notice it. You'll see when something happens and they tell you direct. You know, it used to be Kelly and I trying to weave over to take that exit or whatever to take the Waze directions to avoid. Well, all of a sudden, just a whole herd of cars go. And then people see you doing that, and people that don't even use Waze just goes, something's going on, let's follow all these people because they all of a sudden just took this exit. Yeah. So, but anyway, that backs up the little back roads. Obviously, they're not going to handle what a 3 or 4 lane freeway is going to handle. So that gets really backed up. This is that battery that came out of that BMW. I forget what the date was. Oh, it was August 5th of 21 was when it was set up. And when it has the date on it like that, well, it is a BMW battery. But that's when the battery is put into service. What is this? Oh, this has just literally been sitting here because the fan would move when I throw the cables back there all the time. So it sits in that slot, keeps the fan from moving. This is 10/6 of 22. It's actually newer than this one. 8/5 of 21. I thought it was like 5/6. I forget what I said yesterday. But yeah, it was working at the moment. And see what I was telling you? Somebody gooped it, the negative side, which is sitting outside the bike, you know, because it goes in a cup on the GSs, well, all the water boxers. Somebody coated it, but the dielectric grease wasn't inside. Very, very strange. I would never in a million years do that. And someone else, because, you know, back in 21, we had other people working on BMWs, and a couple of them in particular, one for sure, that, you know, I hound them about not using the dielectric grease on the terminals, and they're just lazy. Well, needless to say, people like that, they don't last very long. And see, here's the stock bolts from BMW. They actually used a lock washer than a washer, but it was really weird. Yeah, it was the positive side. It had the battery, and then the washer, and then like a tender lead. It wasn't a tender lead. It was powering something else. And then the bolt. I mean, why would you take the time to put the bolt through one of the eyes, and then put a washer underneath it, and then put it on top of the large cable? It just makes no sense to me. People do very, very strange things. But anyway, seems weird all the BMWs being gone all of a sudden. I don't know. You kind of get to those things and you feel comfortable with it. Anyway, that's a cool article. That'll be a nice little kit to save. If I find the one that Kelly's dad gave me, I will take that out, put it back in my desk. You know, the kids will come up, is this battery good? And open it up, check it. I'll keep that in whatever the travel stuff is. Then I'll keep, you know, these batteries. This thing's been charging for quite some time. And it was 70% when I started. That is one slow charging battery, which is good. You don't want them to fast charge. I mean, that's convenient in a pinch, the fast charging thing. But you don't want to do that on a regular basis. That will sack your batteries out. They like to be slow and easy. They can discharge and just pummel the stuff out. For whatever reason, that doesn't hurt them. But, you know, doing the turn and burn charge on them, that's not very healthy. Anyway, guess what? We're going for a walk. Ray Lynn's coming today. Today's her last day of school. Summer break has begun. They only get 2 months. We had 3 months when I was a kid.
2 months of what?
Oh, just stuff. I don't let her know if she don't know. Don't lose your little pin. There's Psycho Dog. Raylan says, I've learned to be quick. Yeah. Let me see your glasses.
What?
Raylan, let me see your glasses. That's cool, man. She got a squirt gun that I don't think she realized it until Kelly mentioned it. Or color matched exactly the same. They had nothing to do with each other. It just happened to be. Thought she sure pulled at the beginning. All them bird sounds. They just carry on out here. It's just beautiful. So sad when it gets cold and all the birds are mostly gone. You don't have just that liveliness of spring with everything, bees a-buzzing, birds squawking, and motorcycles going down the highway. Although that sound you can hear in the background is a diesel truck. That's why the road's going off. She's drawing the scene of coming down through here.
This is
scratched
ours.
off and oh, very nice.
Funny.
A month or two ago, you'd have never believed the leaves would ever come back in the trees. And there it is, all nice and beautiful.
Daddy did it. Stop.
No, Sasha's the only one that, well, she really doesn't kind of have a choice, but she just naturally stops. She like, oh, look at that.
Wait for me to start moving yet. Hello.
I think it might be scaring her.
Oh, man.
Sorry. Let's see your flower you got back there. Now she's all dainty like you. Sugar and spice and everything nice. It's a girl kind of thing. Looks like little cotton balls.
Oh, it's so soft.
Yeah, I think that's cottonwood. I don't think these are cottonwoods though. It must be.
Sheila, take one off.
Ooh.
It's soft.
Wow, that's literally
It's fuzzy.
like pulled cotton. It's all down the driveway there.
I'm gonna keep hitting it.
Alright, I'm gonna go to the corner and turn around, okay?
See? Daddy! Daddy! There we go. No. Daddy! More flowers for
There's
Sasha.
one heck of a breeze going on a while ago. I
Bum,
thought, well, better not turn the camera on now. All you're gonna hear is our little diva. Danny boy, where were you out there? Well, I'm gonna let you rip at that, and get to the goodbye recording we did when we got home. Our usual little MO here as of lately. And we'll chit chat with you guys later on. Raylan says, see you later.
What is this? Oh, wait.
Your finger.
It's
Alright, we'll see you.
I have hair on my...
Well, hello there, you two. Nice warm sunny day today. Too bad I didn't get any rides to go on today. Seeing all the rides going out. The BMWs, the one got tires on it, and it got test rode by another attack that did the tires, and yeah, all that's gone. Got some stuff for Mama, her little extra batteries for, it's supposed to be crazy hot, and where we're going is going to be warm, so we'll probably never use it. But if you use it, if you take off in the morning early, she'll be glad she has it. But anyway, kind of a chill day for me. Kelly was crazy busy up in parts. Parts have just been flat rolling.
Yeah.
And the sales department seems to be doing really well too. It seems like bikes are just ching ching. So that's really nice to see.
Mm-hmm. Very nice.
Sell the bikes that come in and need service, and that's when I come into play. They need parts. That's when she comes into play.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, Raylan's roaming around here with a water gun somewhere. So anyway, I'm gonna make it short and quick, and we're gonna roll on out.
Alrighty. Well, thank you guys so much for watching. We really do appreciate it. We will talk to you tomorrow. Same Smoak time, same Smoak channel. Don't forget to give your thumbs up. And you guys have an amazing Friday or Saturday.
Very good. All right. See you tomorrow.